So with the Toronto Raptors, they're definitely lacking a ton of size at the center position, and they definitely need to target a big man in the offseason. And one of those players in Myles Turner could definitely be a name for the Toronto Raptors to target, as he gives them a lot on offense and defense to the point where he would be a pretty great fit alongside Van Vliet, Siakam, and Scotty Barnes and Gary Trent. And today we're going to go over why the Toronto Raptors should trade for Myles Turner. I have some, trade packages here that you guys can let me know about. And we're going to go over it because I think Myles Turner, he's definitely going to be a huge name in obviously the offseason, because I think a lot of teams are going to try trading for Myles Turner. They can get him for pretty cheap. I wouldn't be too sure about what they would trade for Myles Turner, because he's around like 26 years old, so his value isn't at an all-time high, but isn't all that low either. So I think a lot of teams are going to try to buy for Myles Turner, and the Toronto Raptors should definitely be a suitor. So what's up? My name is JDC. If you like the video, drop them below, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. And let's get into the video. So Myles Turner, we'll go over his overall season stats: 13 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. He's 6'11", 250 pounds, shot the ball around 51% from the field and 33% from three. Man, I mean, his three-point shooting, it would be very valuable to this Toronto Raptors team, because looking at the overall starting lineup that happened in the playoffs, I mean, they had Van Vliet, Gary Trent, Scotty Barnes, OG, and Siakam. They had Siakam running the small ball 5. I think Siakam's around like 6'9" or 6'10", I want to say. I don't know how I feel about Siakam running the small ball 5 moving forward. I would be a little bit concerned, as I wouldn't say like Siakam is a bad paint defender. He's pretty okay. He's around 6'8", 230 pounds. So he's going to get bullied by players like, Nikola Jokic, Giannis, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid. And, in the series against the Sixers, it was so apparent to see that the Raptors need some good interior defenders. Bringing Myles Turner, who gives them a 6'11" frame, 250 pounds. I think he's going to be one of those guys guarding, Joel Embiid in the post, doing the dirty work in the interior essentially, and just playing some overall great defense in the post when they really need him to. So looking at his, other stats, 3 blocks per game around there and around 1 assist per game too. Myles Turner, one of the best shot blocking bigs in the league, and honestly, his shot blocking ability can help a lot of teams out. Even like teams like the Mavs, the Suns, even like the Jazz. I want to say if they do trade Rudy Gobert, they could definitely use Myles Turner. A lot of teams can definitely use Myles Turner, as his skill set is pretty valuable to a lot of teams that can, run the pick and roll, also run, some free-flowing offense to open the offense, as, Myles Turner can stretch the floor. But I think the one biggest concern for Myles Turner is his injury history. This season alone, played 42 games out of the 80. So pretty concerning right there, to say that he's only played in 42 games. So if he can stay healthy, get at least 50 to 60 games next season, and then I think he'd be pretty fine. Now, his fit on the Raptors would definitely be interesting. Would he start? Yes. I think the starting lineup would probably be Van Vliet, Gary Trent, probably Scotty Barnes, Siakam, and then Myles Turner at the 5. I'll get into where OG goes because he's going to be included in this trade package, but that would be most likely the starting 5 right there. I'd also assume they probably get some other players in the trade too from, obviously Indiana. Same thing with the Toronto Raptors. I think they would probably trade some picks for Myles Turner, because I don't think the Pacers would trade Myles Turner without getting any first-round picks for him. And looking at it right now, this trade package is definitely legit. So we'll get into the trade package right now. So Indiana would receive OG Anunoby, Toronto's 2024 first-round pick, top 14 protected, and the Raptors would receive Myles Turner, the Phoenix Suns 2022 second-round pick, and the Miami Heat's 2025 second-round pick. So very interesting trade right here. The Pacers do get OG Anunoby, who is a great 3-and-D player. The only real downside to him is that he's been pretty injury-prone. 6'7", 230 pounds, average 17 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Adding in him onto the Pacers lineup would definitely be a huge positive, as he can play the small forward / the power forward position, which they really need to. With Jalen Smith's contract pending, hopefully he accepts the $4.5 million. If he doesn't accept, then OG, he can be basically running the 4 for this team, and I think they probably would start Isaiah Jackson at the 5. I think it all just works out for the Pacers if they do trade Myles Turner for OG. I think OG fits a lot better on the Pacers than he does on the Raptors. And for the Raptors side of things, they do get 2 second-round picks and Myles Turner, so that adds on to their draft capital, and they do get a great center in Myles Turner who can lock it down in an interior and play some great shot blocking defense. So I think Myles Turner, he's going to be a great fit on the Raptors, and I think they definitely should be aggressive in getting Myles Turner. Now, would they trade OG for Myles Turner? I probably would say yes, because just for the simple fact that the fit with OG, Scottie, and Siakam on the starting five was kind of whack. Now, OG did play pretty well in the postseason, put up around 17 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Pretty great overall stats, but I think he's probably the most expendable player on the Raptors starting five. Gary Trent being pretty young, Fred VanVleet, Siakam being both leaders on this team, and Scottie Barnes being, obviously the rookie. So OG, he's kind of the odd man out right here. And trading for Myles Turner for OG wouldn't be that bad of a trade straight up. So I think, obviously first round picks and some second round picks are going to be added. But I think a lot of other pieces are going to be added too, because the Raptors do need to upgrade their bench, especially with what happened. Precious Achiuwa and Chris Boucher are great, but they're not enough to carry the bench. So I would probably go out, probably get Ricky Rubio off the Pacers, or probably do a sign and trade around like that. And I think they would be fine, because Ricky Rubio would be a pretty great piece for the Raptors off the bench, giving them a good 6-man type of role right there. So let me guys know what you guys think about Myles Turner to the Raptors. Would you guys like it? Would you guys dislike it? And go Raptors. That's the video. I'm JDC. I'm out. Peace.